Well, this video is basically a way to just say who I am, what I'm doing, why this channel exists. It's a way just to say what are my goals. And because I don't know how to structure videos, I put this in this paper, so I'm gonna be reading this. I'll be reading this in the least professional way that I could find. So, well, starting with my intro, me. Well, my name is Luar. I'm currently 19 years old. I own a business, which for now it's a AI automation agency. So that's the name that people call it. It's not focusing on AI stuff. I mostly am doing make.com automations for B2B, and I'm focusing on coaches currently. So that's pretty much it. The goals of this channel is somehow document my journey on how my business is going, stuff that I've done wrong, stuff that I done right, and inspiring people somehow. People can see the path that I took and maybe just follow, because I'm documenting almost everything that I do. So we can literally just do the same thing that I've done. And maybe I'm helping people to make money and just be rich and millionaires, just like me. So what are my motivations of working on business, making money, or becoming a millionaire, maybe a billionaire? That's quite complicated, but I say it's something that I always wanted in my life. I came from a very, very poor family. My first house, we didn't even used to have a door. We had a hole for a window, and I have memories of my mom giving me baths inside of this sink, like the bathroom sink, in one of those little plastic babe bathtubs. Nowadays, I'm doing much better. It's not the same scary situation. And I saw on internet, not on internet, but in general, people who makes tons of money. For example, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, or even, I don't know, Iman Gaji. It just blows my mind. Like, people actually achieved heights that are literally unimaginable. So what is preventing me to achieve 0.2% of their success? They're just average people that done something. I just gotta do the same thing. In my country, I would not have opportunities in life. For example, the average salary is going to be around, I think it's less than 2K USD per year. What are you going to do with 2K USD? I mean, I always hated the mentality for my country. The idea that I had no opportunities in my life. Around 95 to 99% of people from my country, they do not speak English, which is very limiting. I had no reason to learn English at all. The reason that I learned English is I felt, well, the world is out there. If I can speak the language of the world, I have access to the entire world. It's hard to picture an idea of people who don't speak English from a country that already knows how to speak English. It's very limiting. You cannot go out of the bubble of your society. Then I could not bear living with that information on my head, so I learned English. So that's my motivation. When I was 15 years old, I was approaching my final year of high school, and I thought to myself, I don't want to do a job. I always been scared of working in regular jobs. So I thought to myself, I need a way to make money that I can sustain myself, and I don't have to submit myself to someone else that is literally controlling my life, controlling my income. So I can somehow achieve freedom. I can live in a way that is, I not say comfortable, but it's literally freedom, you know, like the psychology of I'm free. So yeah, I'm terrified of regular jobs. I'm terrified of 9 to 5, so I never had one. If I started an Instagram where I shared art in the hopes that in the future I would make money out of my art. I've done that for around 2 or 3 years until I graduated from school. Obviously, my get-rich-quick scheme failed. I wasn't terrible at art, but I didn't feel a passion for it. When I was drawing for money, I didn't enjoy the process. I felt like I'm gonna be a slave of my craft if I keep doing that. When I graduated from school, I knew, well, my parents are going to put me in a university, and I didn't want to do university. The reason being, I knew that the university was going to take me all the free time I have. I'm going to dedicate in the university. I cannot follow any of my goals. I got the brilliant idea of I'm gonna flee the country, so I'm not going to the university. That's what I told my parents that I was going to do. I made a plan, and I moved to Australia, so I didn't have to go to uni. And it actually works. I'm not in uni. I convinced my parents I don't have to go to uni. And they are just supporting me on my business, which is pretty cool. So I started my first business model ever. Not a business model, but my get-rich-quick scheme, which was crypto. And I actually made 1K USD from crypto. And that was it. It took me 4 years, but I made 1K from crypto. I'm not doing that anymore. At least I can say I made money online. So going back to Australia, I was basically in a survival state because I'm living by my own in a foreign country. I don't know the people here. Survival. So I was kind of desperate to make money, but I was kind of terrified of having to find a job. So my neurons started working and said, well, if you don't want to work, but you need money, work for yourself. So I hopped to YouTube and searched how to get rich, how to make money by yourself. Then I found some channels like Mark Tilbury. I think the main channel that I watched was Mark Tilbury. I watched videos of millionaire teenagers, stuff that they've done. So then I remember, well, I know a little bit of crypto, and I know people got rich from trading. So I got into trading. Oh, for real, trading was my first business model. So I started learning trading for 3 weeks, and I started learning charts, learning all those stuff. That's my dog. His name is Growly. Hey, Growly. He's excited that I'm recording videos. Anyhow, crypto didn't work for me. I literally just quit it. I literally just quit crypto. I didn't want to do it, to be honest. I didn't want to do crypto. So I searched again skills that I can use to make money, like those videos of top 5 high income skills that you can learn by yourself in 1 month and make a lot of money. From there, I found about copywriting, and I started doing copywriting, which I dedicated about six months. I think it was 6 months studying copywriting, learning the foundations of how to make a business. And then I just dropped copywriting because I didn't really like it. And then I started SMMA, which I also dropped after a few months. And then I started my current business. I really like it, and I know the foundations on how to manage it because of my previous experience, which is an automation agency. Most of the time I work with Make.com. That's it. Pretty cool. Let's see what I have here. When I was doing my copywriting thing, I realized that business is much more about the owner of the business than the money making itself. So I started learning about mindset and those things, but I wasn't good at it. I didn't show up every day. I didn't put in the work. I only used to do stuff when I felt like it, and I failed. I obviously failed in my copywriting because I wasn't good enough. That's when I started the actual self-improvement. I learned discipline. I learned how to show up every day. I started reading books. I closed 2024. I read it, I think it was 15 books in 2024. During that whole year that I spent surviving in Australia, I worked mostly in my mindset. I worked in my resilience. I went out of my comfort zone and I done stuff that for me, it was imaginable. It was not compatible with the person that I used to be. And now this is the new me. So yeah, I see that as some sort of cocoon where I went through a process of transformation. Will be the year that I leave that cocoon and become the actual butterfly, or maybe a moth, if you like moths. That's what I've done. I can't think of myself as the person that I was in 2023. I'm not the same guy from 1 year ago, from 2 years ago, or even 6 months ago, which is crazy when you stop to think on your process, your progress, and you can achieve much more. Anyway, I got lots of skills for my business models. I know how to build funnels. I know how to do outreach. I know basic sales. I know how to do automation. I know discipline. I know the skills. And the skills are the thing that make you money, by the way. So yeah, look at me. I'm literally an average guy that is scared of 9-to-5s, that got pissed with life. It's too lazy to go to uni. And that is what I am. That's who I am. You're watching this and you're probably an average guy. You can do it. I've done it. I mean, I see people on the top, they say, I'm just an average guy and I actually done it, so you can do the same. It's hard to believe that stuff because the average guys, they compounded the skills that make them not looking like the average anymore. And that's what I've been working on. It took me a whole year to make the foundations, even though I'm still the average guy. So work on that if this is something that you want for your life. Learn how to be an average guy that is not an average guy anymore. Camera speaking gives the impression that you are not average. But I was completely trash at it. I was so bad at camera speaking that I literally hid my first channel to the point that nobody can find it anymore. So it's terrible. I can't look at it. I can hear my own voice. But now I'm quite comfortable talking to a camera. I'm not the best. I can be better. I'm working on being better, like doing this video. But in a nutshell, that's who I am, that's what I'm striving for, and that's what this channel is about. So if you watched this video, thank you. So if you want to know more stuff that I've been doing, if you want to get some of my experience into yours, if you want to start a business, you can subscribe to the channel or even comment stuff that you want to learn. And maybe if I have experience on that, I can help you to show you how I got to this point. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So